Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans, I'm Keith One-Shot, and today we will be doing a live dramatic reading of Batman issue 40, Super Friends Part 4 from DC Comics. We start this story off in an alleyway in Gotham City, where Selina Kyle has her foot on the neck of Gentleman. Then Gentleman says, "They offered, I accepted." Then Selina says, "Did they now?" Then Gentleman tells her, "No." Then Selina says, "Bring them back! Now! It's been years. Every second that passes is a day or more. So until you bring them back, whatever else you have to say, I don't care." Then Gentleman says, "Care or not care, you will listen. I will not open the gate. Not now, not yet. I have fought the Horde. I will fight the cat." Then Selina says, "I will kill you." Then Gentleman tells her, "And the gate will remain closed." Then Selina says, "Okay, so I'll just hurt you, but like, a lot." Then Gentleman says, "I have battled for millennia. What I do best is hurt." Then Selina says, "What?" Then Gentleman tells her, "My wife. Allow me to see her, briefly, and I will return home your Batman." We then go to the realm, year 10. Bruce Wayne is sitting by the fire with Diana Prince. Then Bruce says, "Diana." Then Diana says, "Bruce." The two then go in to kiss. Then Bruce says, "We can't." Then Diana tells him, "No, we can't. Ever." Then the two laugh. Bruce Wayne then tells Diana, This is ridiculous." Then Diana says, "Yes, it very much is." Then Bruce looks down and says, "I love her. I miss her." Then Diana says, "She sounds like a good woman, just like my Steve Trevor is a good man. And like Steve Trevor, your Selina deserves someone who is also good. So be good. And if you are not, as your friend, let me tell you, Batman, I will hit you so hard, your silly little pointy ears will fall right off." We then go back to Gotham City, where Selina Kyle and Gentleman sit outside his wife's house. Then Selina says, "Briefly?" Then Gentleman says, "Yes." Then he rings the doorbell. Then Selina says, "You go for all that time, and she just stays?" Then Gentleman says, "She has her own life. It is here, not there." Then Selina says, "Is that how marriage works? I thought it was something different." Then Gentleman tells her, "I do not know how marriage works. I know I love her, and I always will." We then hear Gentleman's wife coming to the door, as she says, "I'm coming. 1 second. I'm sorry, I." Then she opens up the door, and is shocked. Then she says, "Julian, Oh, Julian." Then Gentleman says, "Angela, I don't have words. My God, you're so beautiful." Then the two hug. We then go back to the realm, year 24. Batman is tired and out of breath. Then Wonder Woman tells him, "There are more coming." Then Batman tells her, "I can't." Then Diana holds out her hand and says, "Listen, Bruce, you're not alone in this fight. I'm here. Perhaps you cannot. Perhaps I cannot either. But perhaps together we can. Together, Bruce, we must." Then Bruce says, "The Horde is everlasting." Then Diana says, "Yes." We then go to the realm, year 19. Wonder Woman is battling a monster. Then she says, "How many times does he have to say this? Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away." Then Batman uppercuts a demon in the jaw and says, "Every time." Then while Diana is wrestling a monster, she says, "Every time. At some point, maybe he would think we understand. Where else do you fly? But up and away." We then go back to Gotham City, to Gentleman's wife's apartment, where she tells him, "I made full detective, fastest in my class. Gordon was actually at the ceremony. He gave the worst speech. But after, he came up to me personally. Said he'd heard about the Flanagan case. Thought I'd handled it well. I think I was the only one he..." Then Selina says, "Mr. Gentleman, sir? Julian, we have to talk." Then the two go into a different room, and Selina says, "You said briefly." Then Gentleman says, "Do you know how long it's been? Please, another hour or two." Then Selina crosses her arms and says, "And what is that for them?" Then Gentleman tells her, "A decade or more." Then Selina says, "I'm sorry." Then Gentleman looks at his wife. We then go back to the realm, year 14. Diana is tired and her sword is covered in blood. Then she says, "I can't. I'm sorry. Then Batman grabs her hand and says, Diana. Then Diana says, together. Then Batman replies, together. Then Diana readies her sword for battle. Then she says, the horde is everlasting. Then Batman says, yeah. We then go to the realm, year 31. Bruce and Diana are eating some food they just cooked. Then Bruce says, I miss my dog. Then Diana says, what? Then Bruce says, I miss everyone. The boys and Cat. The family. And I miss my dog Ace. Then Diana says, I miss my kangaroo. Then Bruce says, you have a kangaroo? Then Diana says, I don't talk about it. Then Bruce says, okay. Then Diana tells him, her name is Jumpa. Then Bruce smiles and says, she sounds nice. Then Diana says, she is nice, and I miss her. We then go back to the streets of Gotham, where Selina Kyle and Gentleman sit in the backseat of a car as Alfred drives. Then Gentleman says, I had to see Angela. If I told them about the sacrifice, what it is, what I do, doesn't matter who they are, the Wonder and the Bat, how good they think they are, they would not have agreed. So I lied. Fine. I fight every day to save everyone. And once I lied, because it's been so many years of blood, killing all these demons, and I could not live one day more without her. We then go to a park in Gotham, where Catwoman is standing next to Gentleman, who is now wearing a suit of armor. Then Catwoman says, you asked me how I could marry a man? I could only hope it's good. I was raised. I didn't see love like yours the way I grew up, but I see it now. Thank you. Then Gentleman says, no, please, do not thank me, Catwoman. Not now. Not while I'm leaving her. Not while I'm proving what a fool I am. That the only thing I truly stupidly know is that I'm the Gentleman, and the horde is everlasting. Then, as Gentleman strikes the ground, he becomes surrounded by energy. We then go to the realm year 37, where Batman and Wonder Woman are battling the horde. Then Batman slashes a demon. Then he shouts, Diana! There! On your... Then suddenly, with a flash of light, we see Gentleman appear. Then he shouts, alright you bastards! Make it worth it! We then see Batman and Wonder Woman back in Gotham City, as Batman says, left! Then Wonder Woman says, where? Then Batman looks at Catwoman and says, home! Later on, we see Wonder Woman hugging Batman, as Wonder Woman says, goodbye, Bruce. It was not fun, but there were moments of fun. Then Batman replies, yes. Goodbye, Diana. Then Wonder Woman walks up to Catwoman and says, and Selina, thank you again for saving us years, perhaps more. You are a criminal, yes? Or this is what everyone says. You steal things? Then Selina says, I... Then Wonder Woman tells her, I think maybe everyone is wrong. I think maybe you are a hero. And I'm happy my friend has found his love in you. As Diana is walking away, she turns around and says, this gentleman, the next time he needs his break, what shall I tell him? Then Batman and Catwoman look at each other. Then Batman says, tell him he can go. Then Catwoman says, Bat! Then Selina says, tell him we are waiting and ready. But this time, tell him Batman's wife will join her husband in battle. Then Diana says, both of us there. Then perhaps the hordes will not be so everlasting. Then Wonder Woman takes off flying. Later on, we see Bruce and Selina on a bridge. Then Bruce says, I have to tell you something. A moment. Then Selina says, 37 years? A Wonder Woman. Were you bad? Then Batman replies, not bad, but not good enough. Then Selina says, okay. Then Batman says, this is new, but I'm trying. Then Selina says, yes, well try harder. And that ends today's story. Comic published by DC Comics. All rights, text, characters, and storylines belong to DC Comics and the respective owners. Not me. This has been Batman 40, Super Friends Part 4, and I'm your host, Keith One Shot. If you like this video, make sure to check out the rest of my Comic Complete dramatic reading series, and support DC Comics by picking up a copy of the trades and single issue comics. Support your local comic book shop, take care, and have a great day. Goodbye!